So we're outside one of our properties that we're actually doing with one of our investors.
For young investors, we're going to show you some of the things you should be looking at when you are doing your flip, ways you can get more money out of your flip, things you should avoid, things you should try to avoid, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, come on and follow us.
This was here, but there was an actual hallway here. So they had that long bookshelf. So there was only a door frame from about like right here.
Okay.
So that was all a wall.
Got it.
So we came in, busted all that out, opened this up.
Wow.
When you came in here, this room was an additional living room, which we made into a master suite. And there was actually a door right there that led into the kitchen.
Okay.
So that was living room 1, living room 2, kitchen. The problem with it was the guest bathroom is over here, and one of these was the master bathroom. So you had the 3 bedrooms here, the primary was here, and that was the primary bathroom, which you know that home buyers don't want that. So the master bathroom was shared with everybody else.
Private,
right.
Privacy, yeah.
And then the guest bathroom was what we made the primary bathroom. That was the guest bathroom back through there.
Okay,
so.
Interesting, okay. Which I think that's good to know, just in terms of like, you have to really understand what buyers want.
Exactly.
Right? And the understanding, like you have to be talking to buyers, current buyers, so that you don't build a product that they don't want.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this was the living room, and then there was a door that went into the guest bathroom right here.
Okay.
So we were like, okay, master bathroom, guest bathroom, why don't we just make this the whole primary suite? So we came in here, this was a wall, we knocked it down, and we said this is gonna go into the guest bathroom, which is now the primary. And this was that garage space.
Okay.
That we just turned into a closet.
Nice.
So we added square footage on the home. This whole area here is 700 square feet. So we added 700 square feet to the house that's livable. And think about how much that adds to an appraisal and equity. The garage went all the way to this wall. This was a craft room, so you could walk in and it was like an additional part of the garage. Almost like a really large garage closet, cement floor. And so we said, let's just close up this wall and turn this into the primary bedroom. And we had this extra space for an office or a nursery.
So would you recommend for new investors to invest in the neighborhood that they're comfortable with? Or do you think, hey, go find the deal and figure it out?
Look, if the numbers work, they work.
Yeah.
But it only helps if you understand the area that you're investing in. You don't have to do it, but it definitely helps to know what areas are good, what are bad, areas that are selling.
Or like partnering with people who are in the area, right? So with our clients, you know, those are guys that are all over the place, right? And some of them are here, some are in Dallas, some are in Houston. Being able to have someone who understands the area that you're in, can go look at the property, you have boots on the ground, essentially, I think is really important. Like, what were some of the mistakes you made on this project that you want to share?
Older homes, there comes issues. We went way over budget than what we were expecting. Just there was a lot of unforeseen issues. We always budget a certain amount for that kind of stuff, but there was way more than normal with this one. I mean, especially with older homes, you just have to understand there's gonna be things that go wrong during the process. It's never perfect. And if you only project what you think it needs, there's always something. So this one I actually found from the MLS. A lot of my deals come from the MLS.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know most investors try to get deals off market because you can get better margins. So like, what's the strategy there on the MLS?
So I mean, for me, it's repetition. There's other ways to do it, which I've gotten other deals from.
Okay.
But I put in, I'll send out 100 offers just to get one accepted for the right price. Because you can make any deal work if you put in an offer for the right price.
Okay.
So this was one of the offers that we put in. This was maybe our 30th or 40th offer that we placed.
Okay.
And we ended up getting it, and so it was a pretty good price. You want to find a place that you can build equity into.
Yeah.
And so this was a property that was really undervalued. We did, obviously, we'll show you guys some of the stuff that we did, but we did good work, and we think that it's worth a good amount now.
Yeah, so I think the thing that most people, when it comes to looking at a deal, obviously you get your purchase price and then the ARV, after repair value, is what most people are looking at, right? And so then that's how they know if it's a good deal or not, of like, hey, can I get a good ARV? So when you're establishing that ARV, like how did you find like your budget to kind of know, okay, you have room in this deal to make it work?
You have to have an estimate on the amount of construction that you're gonna do. You gotta know, what are you gonna purchase it at? What's it worth once you fix it up based on what you're gonna do? And then you have to have a quote on the work that you're gonna do. People that are new to the industry, the hardest part for them is deal finding. Really, you want a distressed property that you know is in an area that's worth, the homes around it are worth a good amount. And if you can find the ugliest house on that street, buy it, renovate it, and make it worth the same amount as the others. That's how you build equity in flips.
Okay, and so big piece, like in terms of like getting more money out of your flip, the kitchen is a big piece. That's also why I want to start us here in the kitchen. So what were some of the things you guys did here? I mean, was this the original layout of the kitchen? Did you change anything? Like what do we add to make this a more valuable kitchen that's comparable to what other houses in this area have?
So yeah, there was actually a long bookshelf that ran all the way through the middle of this house. So we completely gutted it. The first thing we had to do is make sure that the wall wasn't load bearing. So we had to run a beam across just to hold it up, take this bookshelf down, and it really opened this up. You want to open homes up, because that's what people want. You know, these older homes that were built, the layouts were weird. And so opening homes up is what a lot of buyers want. So that's what we did with this one.
Obviously you have these upgraded cabinets, quartz countertops, stainless steel appliances. Those are just like bare minimum. These things aren't expensive, right? I mean, in terms of just your overall budget.
Not at all. I mean, this was probably the easiest part of the house, because this actually was already here. We just replaced the cabinets.
Okay, so what are you looking at in terms of a kitchen? Like, I mean, how much money did you put into this kitchen, like roughly?
This kitchen was probably $20,000 out of the total budget. And sometimes you can make do with the current cabinets if you just repaint. But like we wanted to do this one pretty good, and so we just gutted it all out.
For here, what was your total like rehab budget?
About 130,000.
130,000. You got it for 190. So your ARV is in like 400 something.
450.
Okay. So contractor, super important piece of like establishing your budget, the person who actually does the work. How did you find your contractor? What is that process like?
Fortunately for me, one of my best friends is a contractor. So we do a lot of our work together. Finding a contractor that you trust is one of the most important things in this business, because there's horror stories about contractors burning people. So you gotta find one who is reputable, you trust, does good work. You gotta have a team. You need great contractors, you need great insurance agents, you need great real estate professionals. That sphere is gonna make you successful in this. My first flip, I had a bad contractor, and I'm still paying for it. So it's, again, you learn something with every single thing. That's why one of the biggest things about this industry is you can read all the books, you can study all the content. Actually doing it is where you learn, is where you're gonna learn your lessons. But I prefer people that have already learned those lessons and learn from them.
What was your learning process? I mean, you just learned it all from the mistakes you made, or did you?
I'm learning from mistakes, unfortunately. Fortunately, all the mistakes I've made, I was able to prepare for. So, you know, I did this smart. I didn't spend money I didn't have, made sure I had reserves. But my first home that I flipped, I used a cheap contractor, because I was trying to do it cheap, and it took about 6 months to complete a rehab. This should have taken probably 1 month. I had another flip that I learned a lesson on busy streets. It wouldn't sell, but you know, I thought it was a great home, but it was on a busy street. That was one of the reasons it wouldn't sell. So I learned, okay, you gotta be cautious about those type of homes, or take that into consideration off your price. Which
again, that goes to knowing your area, right? And just really being locked in and know, okay, here's why this might have been on for sale, right? And like what the driving behavior is over there and stuff,
There are some houses I've built or flipped that I've actually never walked into, even from the rehab all the way to the sale. But it goes back to, I've got a lot of people I trust and I know the areas, so I'm able to do that. I don't think if I was unfamiliar with the area, I wouldn't be able to do that type of stuff.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. The best part about this flip overall was the fact that we ended up making double-digit returns on this investment. And guys, I'm actually going to release a video coming soon on how we found this deal, how we analyzed it, and how we managed the rehab. If you want to learn more about what it takes to flip a property, be sure to like and follow. Guys, trust me, learn from people who have made mistakes so you can try to avoid them yourself. I'm very transparent about all my deals and the mistakes that I've made throughout them. Like and subscribe, and wait for part 2.